Predating and being preyed on is a cycle of life in the animal kingdom. This regulates the population and reproduction levels, and also maintains the food cycle and chain. We have all seen on National Geographic channels animals attacking and predating their prey and the strategies used by carnivores for their food. This is a specific chain that has been composed by nature to maintain life. But there are numerous incidents where we see animals messing with the wrong animals, with whom they should not be fighting, and this can prove very dangerous and fatal. Today, we will look at some of these. Number 1. Tiger attacks on alligator. We must have seen an alligator attacking different animals in the animal world, snatching and tearing them up with its sharp teeth and strong jaws. But there is something stronger than the jaw of an alligator. Yes, the jaw of an Asian tiger. Something must have gone seriously wrong with the alligator's nervous system.
Of tigers with crocodiles.
So it decided to fight a tiger rather than just retreat. What happened next is the best example of why you should not mess with the wrong opponent. The tiger jumps on the back of the alligator, tearing its hard skin and the head region. The alligator remains helpless, regretting its act. The alligator was not quick enough for the black-striped beast to fight back or even defend itself. Number 2. Cat vs. dog. I've known to see dogs messing around with cats and being the stronger ones running away from the cats. But this clip right here is something else. This clip is explaining the exceptions. A dog can be seen trying to mess around with a cat sitting inside a car. For some reason, the car window has been left open by the owner, but the car knows the power of its claws. The cat has the upper hand over the dog, being in the car, while the dog did not realize the sharp nail attack it would be facing. It did forget that the tigers and cats belong to the same class. The cat attacks the face of the dog, and only part of the dog's body reaching up to the window, leaving the dog helpless to just move away after trying from both windows of the car. Number 3. Rhino shows supremacy. What about a hippo versus a rhino fight? I would probably bet on a rhino because it holds that sharp horn on its head that can simply hurt a hippo's body deeply. In the dark, the video clip shows a hippo messing with a group of rhinos minding their own business. It would not be incorrect to call the hippo harassing the rhino. It is all fun and badass stuff for the hippo until the rhino replies.
It doesn't seem like that aggressive though. It's almost like they're just playing.
It turns around to do what the hippo deserves. The clip shows the eyes of a rhino looking to be very angry with all that. If only the rhino had attacked, it must have ended up in some serious damage. The hippo opens its big mouth to scare the rhino, but the rhino has already had enough of it. It rather turns to attack back, which makes the hippo run away. Number 4. Hippos and an elephant. We've already seen this hippo messing around with the wrong opponents. Here's another place where it tries to make a joke with an elephant, but the elephant does not find it funny. An elephant is taking a bath among a group of hippos who are already there following their rituals. The elephant might be an annoying presence for them, but there is no choice but to rather have peace with the giant elephant. One of the hippos tries to move the elephant by messing with its tail. The elephant at first does not care and tries to retaliate by only swinging its tail to move the hippo away. But when the hippo continues to mess around, the elephant pushes it back by hitting it with its leg. The hippo should be thankful it did not get any worse. Number 5. Zebra kicks the blue wildebeest. Now, there's been a lot of rivalry between these two groups. The zebras and wildebeest populations, as much as seen together, are also seen fighting about. The same is seen in the video clip as well, where we see two groups of zebras and blue wildebeests. Suddenly, one of the zebras just moves its back leg to hit a blue wildebeest on the head, which makes the animal fall on the ground as if it's severely hurt. All the zebras and wildebeest run away, leaving the injured wildebeest in the mid, which is then looked after by the other wildebeests. Surely, some wrong opponent to mess with, who is most of the time seen together. Number 6. A gorilla punches another gorilla. The next scene is of a zoo where a group of gorillas can be seen inside a glass enclosure. An average-sized gorilla moves forward along the glass to a baby gorilla, with whom it plays for a while. As it moves back, it gets whacked by a large gorilla standing there. He must have been the elder of the family. The gorilla who got punched moves back, all embarrassed, and then moves forward again to the large gorilla to get punched again in the face. All I can feel is the embarrassment of the gorilla. Number 7. Rhinos wake up the lions. Imagine the king of the jungle sleeping beside your way. What would you do? Sneak out of your way and not make the lion wake up? This is exactly what these rhinos did as well. 2 rhinos are seen moving their way where they find a lion and a lioness sleeping in their habitat.
There we go, there we go. We're getting a...
The rhinos decide to just walk by quietly and not wake them up, which eventually does not go as planned. The head of the heightened rhino, making noise with the branches of trees, wakes up the lions. They stand up quickly, which leaves the rhinos with only one option: scaring them away. This plan gets successful and the rhino runs to the lions, scaring them away. Number 8. Goat vs. electric fence. A goat versus an electric fence. Now that is some wrongest opponent right there. This clip shows a poor goat just feeding on some grass in its area, where it reaches the border, where some electric fence is blocking its way. The goat tries to eat some grass under the electric wire where its nasal area touches the wire. The next that happened is hilarious and painful at the same time. The goat gets an electric shock and runs away, jumping and destructing anything that gets in its way. Number 9. Goats. Let us watch some goats fighting head-on. This clip contains a group of goats feeding upon the grass peacefully where 2 goats suddenly start attacking each other. One of the goats is large, while the other one is smaller than the other one. The smaller one dominates the big one because of its small size, which does not allow it to fall.
To themselves.
That's gonna hurt.
This big one can be seen taking a run back to run towards the small one, which eventually ends in the big one falling on its back. It is not sure how much these 2 kept fighting after the clip ended. Number 10. Goat annoys the dog. The next we see another goat trying to mess with the wrong guy. The clip shows a goat trying to be furious in front of a dog. The dog seems a lot lazy and just ignores the goat. The goat gets its fury out by hitting the wooden door next to it. The dog, all it does is just barks the goat away. The goat still does not look to be getting away, which eventually makes the local rooster make noise and gets the goat away on its way. It would have got to get a very painful fight if the dog responded with some bites. Laziness saves the day. Number 11. Ram in the boxing bag. Now this one might be a usual scene where we have seen rams hit the boxing bags, and it's quite hilarious to watch those angry rams suffer. Helplessness is not the case here in this clip, in which an angry ram anguishes into a red boxing bag. For the first attempts, the boxing bag stays savage until a hit causes the bag to fall, and the ram moves away with all pride in being the first one to defeat a boxing bag. Funny, isn't it? Number 12. GENTOO penguin. GENTOO penguins are known to live in colonies, and the same is the case here, where we see hundreds of GENTOO penguins in an area. A predator bird flies over the GENTOO to catch one little lad, but little did he see its father standing right beside, all furious. The GENTOO penguin attacks the predator with a slap, firstly getting its baby out of the claws, and then another fierce cry and attack to move the bird away. Father saves the day with that furious response. Number 13. Lions and the wild boar. A lion might be a powerful carnivore, but not more powerful than a fierce wild boar who wants to live another day. This contains a lion and a lioness in a dusty desert trying to catch up with the wild boar as their meal. But the boar does not seem to die any sooner. The boar attacks back at the lioness, completely defeating it by throwing it away with its 2 sharp horns. The lioness raises into the air, falling on its back, which immediately scares the other lion as well, and they both retreat. Number 14. The rhino and the wild boar. This video up next shows a rhino and 2 wild boars enjoying some sort of meal. It is all good and peaceful until the rhino shows some serious aggression and picks up one of them with its fatal horns and throws it away like a piece of trash. The boar lands on its back, which scares the other lad as well, and they both run away, probably thinking about which of their actions caused that aggression. Number 15. Stag vs. bison. Surely not a justifiable comparison of a red deer fighting a bison, right? Bison itself is a very strong animal that can easily devour a stag. This clip next shows a stag trying to mess around and challenging a bison in a head-on fight. The stag has got the advantage of long antlers, but is not worthy for an opponent like the European bison. The bison can defend itself and even fight back. Not a very fightable opponent to mess with. What do you think? Well, these were some of the clips showing some animals fighting with some wrong opponents that are either too powerful or very furious at the moment to not be messing around with. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let's see you guys in another video. Until then, goodbye, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.